Next step, once the eyes are complete, we are going to be building Christy's beautiful face. So first things first, guys, let's get back to our basics. Foundation. So still respecting the tree line hit list, fine lines, wrinkles. She's not really hairy.
Thankfully.
But we do have mature skin.
Yeah.
But there is something actually too. We got like a little bit of that sunburn, a little bit of kind of that pinkiness, the extra rosacea, okay, a little dehydration. And then one little spot that Christy was showing me, is kind of how to fill in that scar. So we're going to kind of cover a couple things, but very importantly, because the face is always lighter than the body because we're always scrubbing, we're always wearing more SPF, things are more happening on the face versus the rest of the body, we need to kind of complement what we see here for the tan. And then also, I'm a fan of check out some limbs so then that we can see that we have a tan and tan. So we need to kind of pull this together. But what I don't want to do is risk having too much orange on the face, but definitely I don't want to come in too light as well. So I've kind of went ahead and picked two of my favorites here. You can tell that this one's a bit more kind of pinky, which would probably suit Christy maybe on a January winter day. This one's really orange, as you can tell. So guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to put these guys together to kind of create our tone. So you can kind of just go ahead. Here's the first one. You can see that little dollop there. And then you go ahead and then you add just a little bit of that orange. Because again, I don't want to make Christy's face orange, but I definitely want to complement. And by not coming in too orange, you also have to think what's going to be coming next. Bronzer and contour, which also will give us that opportunity to create more of a summer glow. Okay. So without soaking this all up, working with the square side of your sponge, go ahead and give that a little bit of a stir. I'm still a fan of kicking off underneath the eyes. Every practical video you have seen up to this point and moving on is going to be that. So I'm just going to have you look up to the ceiling there, Christy. Blink anytime. Just want to kind of get this in place. And then just kind of looking at the camera. So we're not going to leave her like that. But you can already tell there's a little bit of yellow in here, which to me is kind of looking a little close to what's going on down here. So now we're going to pick a cheek, and then we're going to feather it up into the T-zone. Okay, so being very gentle, mushing it in. I mean, pressing it hard enough that you're actually doing your job, but not hard enough that your client is headbanging. So I kind of just like to work it in. Now just very gentle, turn just a smidgen this way, other way. We're so relaxed over here. Can I get you wine?
Oh, it's early. Yeah.
Who says you get a wine at 11 a.m.?
Funny.
And then just kind of working the product in. Now you want to make sure, I'm just going to bring your chin down just a smidgen here, Christy, there, and then a little this way. Very nice. Along the hairline, you guys, again, don't cake in product, especially when you're dealing with fair skin and hair, okay? So I kind of just take the edge of my tool, cover up the earring with your finger, and you work it down into here. It's kind of more of a feather. You still want to make sure you have product. You still have plenty here, so you just gently kind of start pulling it into the back end, and again, flipping the tool on the side to brush it into the hairline. Okay, and then always making sure that you start to kind of connect it from the jaw into the neck. But see how I didn't add any more product? Because again, I don't want anything to be kind of, I want tone, but I don't want it cakey to be into fine lines of the neck, okay? Oh, now I'm kicking my camera here. And then turning a little this way, very nice. And then you're just doing this on the same side. Taking a little extra product, working it down. And see how I have a little bit of a system? I kind of like to kind of sneak into here. It's always very controlled. So this way I'm ending up with a nice, even finish of product. Okay, so once again, once I get to that hairline, flip the tool maybe out like this, and then you're just gently kind of brushing it past the hairline. You can always squeeze, but don't leave it like that, and just do a gentle little brush. And again, I would hold back earring, so then this way I could kind of sneak into there. Or you can come from like an angle like this too, and bringing it into the jaw, and then right into the neck. So staying like this, you're perfect actually. Working that product in like this, just bring chin down a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And then turn a little this way. There you go, perfect. It's always like moving around, figuring it out so this way you guys see on the other end. Working that in. Just don't lick your lips for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it would taste bad, but I just want to definitely take care of this scar.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm a fan of allowing the foundation to do most of the work, but we'll do a couple little tips after we get our foundation on. Circling this in. Getting every little nook and cranny. And see, I'm starting to kind of feather it up into the forehead. Forehead doesn't need as much product, but we definitely want to make sure we have consistency and tone from top to bottom or bottom to top, okay? So grabbing that there, working the product in. I like to start in the center. Pressure okay there?
Oh yeah.
If anything, it feels like a massage.
I love it. And honestly, when you feather, it feels like a slightly lighter, drier touch when you're spreading it out. And I'm going to take that.
I know, that's the nice part, right? We're learning too. Not just you guys. The person also receiving. But see, I'm just gently kind of feathering it, but noticing how the tone now is still consistent. But we still need to take care of our center. But I'm going to have Christy join us just a little closer, just so we can kind of see, yeah, this is perfect. So holding that there, but eyes just look up just for a second. So what you guys want to make sure you're doing, actually bring chin down. There, I know it's a little weird, but it works for camera. Here, let me squish this so you guys can see. So what you want to do is making sure that we're getting in nice and close to the eyeliner. Blink anytime, Christy. Okay. And if you need a minute, just pull back. So you just want to make sure we're taking care of all the little nooks and crannies. I squish a little bit into here, but I'm going to have her look down. There. So while she's like this is a good moment to sneak into here. I'm not taking out any of my eyeshadows, but I'm just squeezing a little bit more of the foundation right into that corner. And then just look at the camera, kind of center.
Nice.
So see that? Yeah. So allowing the foundation to do most of the work, because if you're dealing with fine lines and wrinkles, we don't want to be caking concealer on. Those days are kind of gone.
Totally.
Foundations have come a long way, and so when you're working with one that's actually more kind of skin friendly, I feel like it does nice camouflaging, but doesn't cake into the pores and the lines.
Soft. I feel like I can move, it's not sticky.
Yeah, totally. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So yeah, coming close, that's perfect. And I'm just gonna bring your chin down just a smidgen and then eyes up. I know it's a little weird on your end.
Okay.
We appreciate you, Christy. Sneaking this in. Okay, actually I'm gonna bring your chin down just a little bit. Just down, there. And wherever you need to look is totally fine.
Okay.
I'm cool with whatever, as long as they can see this part. We're just kind of sneaking that in just like this, you guys. Think little quarters and then look down with your eyes, honey. And then just stay like that for a second so everyone can kind of see. See how very smooth this is, you guys? Right in here, okay? Smooth, smooth, smooth. And again, too, when you're taking care of the edges out here, you're not taking out your crease. You could always sneak a little bit of product back into the eyebrow, but again, don't take off any of that eyeshadow that you've worked so hard for. And then just take looking right up, straight on there. Bring your chin back to center. Yeah, this looks very nice. And then just doing some little touch-ups kind of along the way, making sure everything's kind of nice and smooth. So then when you kind of go to compare back to where we are with the chest, we're not as white. No, we're not as pink on the face, but we definitely have warmed up the face just a wee bit. And then with bronzer to come a little bit later, we'll really pull those together to create that nice, sunny, dewy complexion.